So let's do the question number 1. Now there are various questions which are there in this part of the question. The first, it says, discuss the provision of filing of income tax returns. Then the second part, it says, is it mandatory to file the tax return by all assessees? Then it is asked here, is it necessary to file the return in case of loss? And then, if return not filed within the time specified by the assessee, can he file a belated return? Finally, can a return be revised if any omission or any wrong statement is discovered by the assessee? So let's answer all these questions. First, we talk about filing of the returns. Now, it is mandatory to file the return. So it is mandatory to file the return of income under section 139 subsection 1 for the following assessees: companies and firms. So it is mandatory for them to file the return. Then the person being a resident other than a resident but not ordinary resident, having any asset which is located outside India, or if he has a signing authority in any account located outside India, or if he is a beneficiary of any asset located outside India. Then those individuals, or other individuals, Hindu undivided families or association of persons or body of individuals and artificial judicial persons having total income exceeding the basic exemption limit. But before giving any effect of section 10 subsection 838 or chapter 6A. Now section 10 talks about the long-term capital gains on shares and mutual funds, and chapter 6A covers various deductions under section 80C to section 80U. Now let's understand the due date of filing returns. Now for companies, it is the last date for filing the return is, the due date of filing the return is 30th of September of the assessment year. Even for persons who are other than company but whose accounts are required to be audited, for them also the last date of filing or the due date of filing the return is 30th of September of the assessment year. Now in case of a working partner of a firm whose accounts are required to be audited, then the due date for filing the return is 30th of September of the assessment year. And in all other cases, the last date of filing the return is, or the due date of filing the return is 31st of July of the assessment year. Now we talk about the loss return or a belated return. So loss return means that there is a loss. Now loss return under section 139(3). Now one has to file a return on or before the due date under section 139 if he has to carry forward his losses in the next year. Now we are talking about losses like business loss under section 72(1), loss from speculation business under section 73(2), loss from specified business under section 73A subsection 2, loss under the head capital gains under section 74(1), loss from the activity of owning and maintaining race horses under section 74A subsection 3. Then we move on to understand what is a belated return under section 139(4). If the return is not filed within the time specified, the assessee can file a belated return under section 139 subsection 4 at any time before the end of the assessment year, end of the relevant assessment year, or completion of the assessment, whichever is earlier. Now we move on to understand about a revised return. A revised return is under section 139(5). Now any return which is filed under section 139(1) or under section 139(4) can be revised under section 139(5) if there is any omission or any wrong statement is discovered by the assessee anytime before the end of the relevant assessment year. That means such kind of a return has to be filed even if it is a belated return, or it's a return which is filed after the due date. It has to be filed before the end of the relevant assessment year or before the completion of the assessment, whichever is earlier.